Hello everyone, Juicebags here, and welcome to the forest. This is public alpha version 0.01b, and the game's still pretty darn buggy. However, it's a lot of fun. Now, I've played around quite a bit with this version, and I think I've found the best strategy to live long and prosper. So let's go ahead and check it on out. This is the first and the last time I'll make you watch this scene, as it gets a little bit draggy and lengthy once you've seen it a bazillion times. Now, of course, we're in the plane. We're about to watch the necklace on in-flight programming. We got, I'm assuming, the sun sitting here next to me. And shit, of course, has hit the fan. So we're going to go ahead and land on our almost deserted island. Of course, it's full of hungry mutant cannibals. Ba-bam. So let's go ahead and get started here. We've got one more little cutscene, and then away we go. Now there, of course, is the cannibal baddie, taking away little Johnny to go ahead and consume him at his leisure. Now, there's three things that you really want to get going right away, day one of the forest, and that is build a shelter, build a fire, and get a flare gun. Now, we've got one of these things already achieved. Got very lucky with the spawn point of the landing here. Now, we've got lots of goodies laying around in the plane, of course. You want to be careful, and don't just go through and spam click everything, as you want to save some of this stuff for later. I'm going to go ahead and take all this stuff now. Now you see my health, my energy, and my hunger are all full. So there's no reason to eat that little dinner. We're going to save it for later on, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, first things first, of course, we want a shelter, a fire, and a flare gun. Now, there's three places to get the flare gun. That is in the cave, where you will respawn after your first encounter with the baddies if you get knocked out. The second would be if you can find the cockpit of the plane. Somewhere relatively near the cockpit there should be the co-pilot still stuck in his seat. He will have a flare gun sitting on his lap. And the third, and the reason I say I got very lucky with the spawn, is going to be right here under this boat. Now, we do get a lot of beach runners here, so you want to be careful as we're going across to get our flare gun. But if you go around right under the front of this boat, the flare gun's going to be right down below. So we're going to go ahead and grab that one, and that's going to, spawning at this location, I'm not sure how many possible spawn points there are, but it seems like there's not more than maybe 4, 5 possibly. I'm not sure, as I have gotten, I've gotten this one a lot. I've gotten quite a few of them over and over again. Now, if you come around to this side of the boat, it seems a little bit easier to get down, as you can swim on down, grab that flare gun off the ground, and then you're going to want to hop up in the boat and take advantage of some of the delightful little gifts that were left. See, we're going to have some candy bars. Come on, candy bars. There you go. We're having a hard time getting that last one. There we go. We got some more booze. Never enough booze, you know. Some flares, and then, last but not least, a little bit of cloth. Now we're pretty much done with the boat. It's nothing more than a landmark to us now. So let's get back up to the plane and get the shelter built and get a fire built. And that's really going to be those first day's goals. Now, there's a lot of bugginess in this current build, which, of course, it's very, very early access. A lot to be done yet. One of the bugs is spawning into the island with no cannibals, and that, of course, is very frustrating to get, especially if you've already spent an hour or whatever, and then you're wondering, what the hell, you know? Where's all the cannibals? See, I'm not seeing any in the immediate area right at the moment. So we can go ahead and start working on a shelter. I'm going to choose the hunting shelter. One main reason, really, and that is it also doubles as kind of a stairway and gives us pretty easy access to get back up into the plane. Now let's go ahead and start collecting some of the goodies we're going to need to make this stairway. Hopefully I don't have any problems with baddies spawning this time around. I started recording earlier. I made it almost all the way through the first episode, and I'm wondering, you know, what the hell? How come I haven't really seen any cannibals yet? And then I realized that I had one of the buggy spawns with no baddies on the island, and that's just frustrating. But we're going to go around, we're going to pick up some sticks, we're going to pick up some rocks. A little something going wrong with that. There we go. And we need to start chopping down some trees. So I see some cannibals off in the distance there. So this is not a bugged load, and I am very, very excited to see that. So let's go ahead and get our shelter built. Now, one of the first craftable items you're going to want to make, well, the first two really, is going to be Molotovs. This is mainly in case you haven't gotten the flare gun yet, which we've already got. But the Molotovs can be an awesome first weapon. The second thing we want to make right out of the go is a craftable axe, as the craftable axe is a little bit more durable, a little quicker. It does no additional damage versus the plain axe. Now, any of the lizards you see lying around, you're going to want to go ahead and axe those guys, as you're going to get two things, raw lizard and lizard skin. Now, the lizard skin actually acts as armor, and I hear baddies. So let me find out where they are here. Whoa, 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 whoa! That scared the shit out of me. Was not expecting to have them all up on me like that. Good thing I had just equipped that armor, as I think that was the only thing that saved me a trip to the cave. Is that it for round one of baddies? Now, I'm not positive, but I don't believe that the infections are actually in the game yet. So you keep getting the message to wash the blood off, but I haven't seen where the blood is actually doing anything. Of course, all the suitcases we want to smash open. Looks like we're full on sticks. See if we can get this lizard here. I want to get that armor up to full as quick as possible, as it does. You know, your original thought might be lizard skin. Exactly what is that doing for me? But it does help. It helps significantly. So you want to kill all the lizards you come across, but you need to prioritize. I mean, although you want to get it done, you don't want to go out of your way. Like, I'm not going to chase that lizard off. I'm just going to get right back to business here. And business says chop down this tree, because I want to get my shelter built. I want to get my first day priorities out of the way before I start doing any more day one exploring and waiting for the night to come. Chop, chop, a choppity chop. Now, when the trees fall, if you stand underneath them, they will kill you. So, by all means, step out of the way. It's probably for the best. See, I still need some more rocks, I need some more logs, I still need quite a bit of stuff to get this shelter up. Now, you see a lot of people immediately running over and looting these circuit boards, which the circuit boards are going to be effective later in the game. The only thing you can build with those guys is explosives, which, you know, explosives are important, but the reason we have explosives, if anyone, I'm sure you guys have watched other videos since the game has been out for, what, a week now, the explosives are the only thing that will kill the octopus zombies that are down in the, or octopus mutants that are down in the cave. They really serve no other purpose at this point. Now, obviously, they'll kill the smaller baddies, but they're used to kill the big dogs. I don't plan on going and messing with those guys anytime soon. So I'm just going to leave those circuit boards right where they're at on the plane. Now, we are using the plane, of course, as our first night shelter, as the cannibals cannot get up into the plane. Alright, I hear them again. Where are they? Are they coming from the same direction? I'm not seeing them now. I heard the music. There he is right there. Another group of them. They're coming in pretty quick this time around. Nothing the flare gun can't handle. This is why I say it's so important to get that flare gun on day one. Because it is really, really OP. Come here, bitch. Oh, yeah. On the run, even. And I think that was it for that immediate pack of baddies. So let's get back. Let's get back to building here. Now, did I allow some logs to roll off as I was killing those guys? I think I may have. That's alright, because there are more trees. Let's get our crafted axe out. Now, I haven't actually done a test to see how much quicker, if any, that this crafted axe gets through the trees. But according to the wiki, it's the thing to use. Now, you see my energy levels getting really low. I'm going to go and drink a Coke and get that back up to full. Come on. Should be just about down. Now I'm hoping I don't get rushed too fast by the cannibals, as I want to be able to kill them when I need them. Right now, I don't really need the body parts. Use the body parts to make effigies to scare other potential cannibals away. And right now, I'm not really at a stage where I need those body parts. Now, the bodies are going to despawn, so I'm going to want to chop up one of them. Where the hell did those logs go? The logs tend to roll, and they'll roll uphill. They'll roll downhill. You point a direction, and they will roll that direction. That one didn't get too far. Now, you can carry 2 logs at a time. Looks like I just got that one here. Alright, let's get this tree here. Oh, there's the other log. It rolled down here. They are easy to find, but sometimes you do have to search around a bit for them. And that should do it for our shelter. Now, as you see, we've got pretty much easy access back up into the plane, as the plane can be a bit of a pain to get in and out of. That gives us a little easy access there. Now, you see my hunger is just about at the 75% mark, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that last meal, get my hunger and my energy filled back up. And then now I need to work on a fire. Now, the fire pits are another aspect that's pretty buggy in the game, particularly with the cooking. You want to put it out far enough where you're not going to run into it by accident when you jump down out of the plane. So that seems like a nice distance. Now, the leaves are what fuel the fire. You get leaves by chopping down some of these smaller little trees and bushes and such. Are going to give you some leaves. along with any of like the berry bushes, anything else that you chop down. Basically, it's going to give you a few more leaves. See, that might get it for the fire. Let's see. Nope, one more rock. There's a rock right there. So we're good to go. So alright, we've got day one's priorities handled. We're good to go. We still got a bit of daylight left. Now, important thing to note is the boat sits due west off the island. Makes it easy to find if you don't get a lucky spawn point like this, just by looking at the sun. The sun is setting in the east and west, so the boat is going to be right off the western coast there. Now let's see, I'm going to take advantage of the rest of the night here to go ahead, chop some more lizards. How are we doing? I've got a little lizard meat. I want to chop some more lizards. I want to get a few more of these suitcases bashed open. I want to get myself a nice selection of candy bars built up. The candy bars are going to provide us with energy and hunger. So that, of course, is very nice. And we're full on rocks now. Let's just see that the luggage is going to be scattered really across the entire island. Oop, that's another damn rock. I'm full on rocks, darn it. I need sticks just to refill my inventory. Now, another important thing to note is although the spawn points are set, what exactly spawns around you is not 100%. I've seen different kinds of bushes popped up in various places. Get a little more armor going here. I'm what, at about 60% armor. A couple more lizards would be ideal. That's a rabbit. The rabbits make for good eats. But right now I'm just looking for lizards just to get my armor up. Here's some mud. If you rub the mud on your skin, it makes you less detectable. So if you crouch or whatever in the weeds is one way to make yourself less detectable. The mud also helps you out as well. So let's go ahead and get all the luggage we can find here. If I run into any more lizards, I'm gonna beat them down to get my armor value back up. There's one right there. He's gonna run on me, damn you. Don't run too far. Is that gonna get me to full? No, that doesn't get me to full, but I'm doing pretty good on the armor now. Obviously, full is better than not full, but where I'm at right now is better than where I was, so making progress. Did I talk about the Molotovs? Yeah, I talked about the Molotovs already. If you can't find the boat or can't find the cockpit right away, just make yourself some Molotovs. They're just as good. Multiple flashlights. I'm going to leave that flashlight there because the flashlights do have batteries. Although it will let you loot it, it's not going to allow me to pick up more than one. Let's get some... I don't really need to cook anything up right now, but we'll get that fire restoked at least. Of course, that is going to require leaves to get that stoked up. And I think smashing the cannibals' faces like I did there with that flare gun is making for a pretty easy first night, or first day, as I'm not seeing any more run around. Let me check and see if any of those bodies are still laying. Looks like the first group is already despawned. They were right around here somewhere. A lot of times, this section, as I mentioned, there's some mutants running up and down the beach. So you can keep an eye out for them. As soon as you get that flare gun, you really can be aggressive. You don't have to wait for them to come to you. You can, if you see them, you can just run off and kill them, because they become quite a bit easier to kill once you get that flare gun. Let me run over here. I'll probably have zero chance of finding these bodies that were over here. But let's see if I see anything laying around immediately. I've probably run right over a couple of them. I don't remember exactly where they dropped. And although you will see sticks and rocks and such highlighted, the dead bodies are not going to be highlighted until you chop them up. Starting to get a little dark now. Yeah, I know it wasn't this far. It seems like the chick was over by a tree over here or something. I don't know. There will be more. There will be more mutants to kill, so nothing to be alarmed about right now. So day one's priorities are set. We've got the fire, we've got the flare gun, and we've got the shelter. So we see the sun is about to set. It is going down. So we'll call it good for this episode. There's a baddie right over there. Let me go ahead and waste him real quick. Give him a little chop. Now it's important to note also, with the flare gun, you see it's lighting some of the landscape on fire. If you run into that, it will burn you. So don't do it. Don't do it. There's some mushrooms. What the heck, I'll eat those shrooms. And let's see, where is the baddie body? There we go, right there. Let's go ahead and give this body a quick chop. Grab ourselves some body parts. We see we got legs, arms. That was a stick. The body parts do tend to roll a little, so you may have to search around for them a bit. Getting dark now. I really wanted to find the head. It looks like I got a couple of legs and a couple of arms. So we will we'll come back over this way when we get some daylight. But that is going to do it for this episode of The Forest. Hope this helps you out when you're first starting off. Use the plane. It's the easiest route. We got more baddies rushing. Ba-bam! Take that. Let's go ahead and hop on up in the plane, get some immediate shelter until we see exactly what is running around here. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon with some more of The Forest.